YouTube. I thought I'd give you a quick update on me. I got my period. Yeah, I know that's personal, but why the hell not? This is what I do, right? I feel like hell because I got it yesterday, and this yesterday morning, kind of. I don't know how you would say it. But anyway, yeah, I got it and I don't feel too hot. But I thought I'd make this quick thing saying thank you for the subs. I am very blessed and honored to know that everyone is subbing. I know it sounds so convoluted. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to say thank you because it means a lot to me to know that a lot of people care about my struggle. I know that putting it out there was... I didn't at first think it would be a good idea, but then I'm like, what the hell, why not, right? Honestly, no one can duplicate my struggle nor my content because that's just how it is. This is my struggle and my content, which I am honored to say that even though I go through hell on it, I do enjoy the ride when it comes to, all of it, because as the saying goes, in order to love your good times, you also have to adore your bad times, right? In less than a few hours, Thursday, but it's not Wednesday still, my boyfriend's birthday. He was supposed to be here, but unfortunately, he fell right out after work. He made himself something to eat, laid down, and went right to sleep. I really want to spend the day with him at least. I already gave him his gifts in case I wouldn't see him. I didn't know they would give him the day off, but he ended up loving every gift I gave him, which is really good. It's not much, but it's the thought that counts. I'm hoping to feel better by Friday at least, so that way I won't be as crappy as I feel right now, At least that's been on time and doing well as well. I still have a lot going on in my head that I have to figure out. My 39th year is approaching in less than a month because June is coming up, not even long from now. And I have to figure out what's going to happen next when it comes to whether I have children or not. As I said, I'm going to see if I can get the chance, get off birth control. And then after that, I'm going to try for a year. I really do. I hope that I can. Because it's not like the decision was ever mine. None of it's been mine. Since day one, in a sense, the decision to have kids was never mine. Can you believe it? That's been out of my hands since day one. I didn't know I had this condition until maybe a year or two ago. Maybe 3, I don't know. But the point is, when I found out, I was devastated. I mean, you want to put diabetes on one and then endometriosis on the other. I didn't break down and cry when I did, but when I got both the results, because it didn't make sense to start crying now, right? I could be depressed. I could go down the darkest roads. But I realized that it's just not in me to do it. I mean, I have a lot of dark because of everything I'm going through. But it does not do well to dwell on that, which is why I keep walking forward. My hardest choice will be the hysterectomy if I can't conceive. I will explain what that's like, what that does. They basically take your uterus and your fallopian tubes, your ovaries, everything out. You basically can't have kids. No conceiving and no carrying to term, nothing. No periods even. It's the only perk. Sad, right? Yeah, I've never been a fan of periods, but to be forced into early menopause, that's gonna be rough to handle. I'm only gonna be 39. If I end up doing all that, it's gonna be harder for me to handle. At least I get a jump on it, but that doesn't mean that this is where I wanted it to go. My boyfriend and I talked about adoption. He's actually okay with it. I might go that route. But then again, I don't know. I know it's hard to adopt. And I know that it's hard to be in the system's eyes. I mean, for one thing, being on SSI is hard, but it's even harder when you have a kid too. I mean, having a kid is hard work, yes. But I mean, to adopt one is even harder. Because not only do they look at you, they have a magnifying glass on you. So if they should need the hospital for some reason, they're going to look at you and say, what did you do? Even though it may never be your fault. Isn't that sad? It's the first thing they do. They point at you saying, did you neglect your kid? Did you hit it? Did you smack it? Did you let it fall? Did you do something to harm its life? I mean, what if it's an underlying condition? I saw that on an episode of Chicago Med. Oh my gosh, great show. Anyway, they reported the mom, even though the mom didn't do anything. They found out that it had a very rare bone condition where the bones fracture and break because they brittle. I don't remember what it was, but the bones are fragile. Like, you so much as do this or something, you can break a finger. And it wasn't even her fault because the scans showed tons of fractures and all that. And it wasn't her. It was an underlying medical condition. You see, that's my fear. That I'm not saying it would ever happen, but what if I had to take the baby to the hospital? And then what? Because of an underlying condition, you're going to blame me? How did that happen? Sorry about this. Not perfect. I think this is that thing that I get here. I don't even know how that happened. It looks like nothing there, but whatever. I digress. Anyway, my fear is that even though I didn't do nothing wrong, do everything by the book, I'm still gonna be freaking blamed for it. Yeah. The point is, I'm hoping I can actually have my own. I know. I'm not trying to be a selfish person because I have tons of kids in homes and whatnot, but I've never gotten to have my own baby, and that's what I really want. For me and my boyfriend to have our own baby. We should decide to adopt later, maybe, but I want one at least. Anyway, sorry for the ongoing, but I want to say thanks for the subs. It honors me to know that you guys really like what I do and that my content is helping people. I am very happy for that too. I'm blessed that you guys really care about me and my struggle. I'll definitely update you on whatever happens next. And as far as the kid thing goes, I'll let you know. Thanks again. Sorry if I seem a little down. I mean, I'm not depressed like that. But because I'm on my period, I usually get a little down in the dumps. Yeah, maybe depressed is a good word for it, but not in the clinical term of depression. I usually get pretty glum when I'm on it. I usually don't feel very well, and I physically am uncomfortable, but I still managed to get some rest. Might stay up tonight. I was hoping my boyfriend will wake up soon and then come here, but it looks like all I'm gonna get is the day with him, which is better than nothing. I'm not complaining, but I need all the time I can get. I love my boyfriend. I wish I could show him in a video, but I have to respect his privacy and not show him unless he says it's okay. I've been with him for nearly 3 years, and he is the absolute love of my life, really. As scary as that is, really. It's always been scary for me because everything always tends to go wrong, but being with him, I feel like it never can. And yeah, it took a lot of hell to get through that. My dating life was one hell of an experience up until this point. But then I realized that in order for you to find what you like, know what you like, you have to go through hell, right? Well, that's what I did. And I'm with an amazing person that was my stomach. It likes to growl. Anyway, I'm with an amazing guy that really does adore me. And I'm not exaggerating, he does. He's sweet, he's funny, ultra kind. I mean, ultra generous as well. I couldn't have picked better. I'm hoping that we last forever and always. He means so much to me. And I'm happy that he feels the same way after all this time. It's not easy to always be with someone for a long time and still have fire for each other. But because we didn't get a proper chance the first time around, even though we've known each other for a long while, and things just didn't work out the first time around, which is neither one of our faults. I'm glad to say now we still have the fire for each other. We may fight, and even when we're not good together, we're still good together. That's just how we are. We're not a normal's highly overrated, but normal wouldn't be the way I would describe us. We operate on our own thing. I mean, it's just how we are, which is good. Never, ever strive for normal, because you know what? It doesn't exist. And it's not important, and it's highly overrated. Go with your own flow and do what you feel is best for you. You have to operate on your own time schedule and your specific beat. Because going at someone else's speed is what'll land you into the hospital or something, because it's not easy to go at someone else's speed. So, I learned that when I was older. Should have known that when I was younger, that I'm never going to be like everyone else. And I'm okay with that. So if you aren't like everyone else, so what? You gotta do what you gotta do for yourself. And be yourself. Be your own you. Be your own advocate. If you feel it isn't the way you should be, learn how to be your own way. Make your own way. I mean, the only way in this life you're going to exist is if you keep going the way you need to go in your own way. Because being in someone else's isn't going to work for you. I wish I had learned that a long time ago. Trying to be like everyone else isn't easy. So I learned that being me was better. And that's how I did this. I wanted to do so much content like Let's Plays. And I still want to do that at some point, but I don't think so. I mean, I would love to have done it. I don't have the setup. I don't have a capture card or the way to do it. No. I think I'm better off with this. I thought, why not just do me? Like, why not just be me? Put me out there. Because the content can't be duplicated. Because my struggle is my struggle. My story is my story. I mean, other people can do the same thing, yes. But what I go through, that's all me. The point is, I ended up doing the right thing in the end. Because even though it's not perfect content, it's raw emotion. And it's raw me. And it's also what will make me, in this sense, immortal. Because my story goes out into the universe. And it will forever stay there. And I love that idea. I can always look back on this when I'm in my 90s and say, yep, that I did it. And it was me still. The point is, life isn't always going to be easy nor fair. And it's always going to have a loop thrown at you. That's what I would call what I'm going through right now. A very unfortunate loop. Because now I have to deal with... That's better. Much better. Because now I have to deal with huge decisions I don't want to make. And yeah, I know. Life's going to be full of those. But that's not my point. My point is that... That's better. My point is that I didn't want to make the hysterectomy decision. That's the honest truth. I never wanted it. I never wanted to do it at all. I would love to just stay with everything I was born with and call it a day. But in the end, I have to live better. And if this means taking out something I never wanted to get rid of, I guess I have to, right? Endometriosis has no cure, and it will forever get worse as I get older, which is why I'm gonna take the year and try and see what my doctor says. I'm trying to also see what happens between me and my boyfriend. Not saying that there's anything wrong in that. I'm just saying my living arrangement and everything else has to go with it. He's afraid of me moving in, sort of, and I don't know why. I think mainly because I'll be by myself. Things can happen while he's out of town working. And I said it already has. I mean, I was sick almost 2 weeks while I was over there. Not because I wanted to be, but because the medicine I'm on for my insulin, which is not really doing anything, except for maybe weight loss. Sort of, I don't know, who knows. Point is that I went through hell, and I had to do it all on my own. And in the end, he has to accept that I'm gonna always have hell on my own. And I'm not saying that to be cruel, I'm just saying at some point I'm gonna be by myself. And whether I like it or not, gotta get used to that idea. Because not everyone's gonna always be around. Whether I'm pregnant, whether I'm sick, whether something goes down, yes, I'm gonna be by myself. And that may not be the best way to go, but what I'm supposed to live with my mom forever? As much as I adore the queen, my mom, I can't live with her forever. I mean, it actually was a plan for if I didn't actually meet anyone, but it changed. And I'm not saying I wouldn't love living with her forever. It's just that I'm older now. I'm getting older, and I can't just stay the way I am. My relationship has to progress, has to start moving forward. I mean, at 3 years nearly, it has to do something. It can't just stay still. That's what I keep telling him. And I hope that one day he feels it too. I mean, I think he does. I know he does. And I'm not assuming. I just want him to realize that whether I have something wrong or I'm alone with the baby or I'm pregnant with the baby, there's nothing he can do. I'm going to be by myself at some point. People live on their own. What happens to them, huh? They live just fine. A lot of people live on their own with no one there. And they live just fine. Why is it so exempt for me? Because I have things wrong with me? Who doesn't? And they live just fine. I just hope that the future is better for all of us. I want my mom to have a good life. And I want her to stick around for everything I have to go through. I want her to be there for her grandchild if I should ever get to have it. And if I should adopt, I want her for that too. She's the only parent I have. You don't count my stepdad. He's almost 70 and has lots of kids. But he treats me like his own. He raised me since I was 3. He's a good man. But I don't like to bother him too often. He has his own thing going. He's in good health, but, well, not all good health, but semi-good health. My point is that if I had to have a bucket list, I have a few things I want to do. and I hope that I get to do them. I probably will. Who knows? I know that the last few things that I want to get is an electric blanket for the winter, because so we don't have to use the heat too much. 2 pairs of Skechers, one a sneaker that slip on, and a sandal, because I don't have a decent sandal. I need a good, comfortable, decent sandal that I can wear. I think those are the last 3 items. Oh, and a chocolate lasagna, which I know sounds weird, but it's a layer thing, like has Oreo cookie on the bottom, chocolate pudding, whipped cream, and sprinkles. And it's like in a square. Everyone keeps calling it a cake, but it's no cake in it, you know? Whatever it is, it's delicious, and the best part is I can get it. It looks like it could kill me, but it's not. The lady that I ordered from, sugar free. Everything. I know, right? You should have seen it my last birthday. I know, I was a pig, but I don't care. It's the only time I can actually pig out on that kind of thing, and it won't hurt. It's all sugar free, baby. I'm looking forward to it all year round. It's the only other thing I like. I'm hoping my boyfriend wants to move forward with things. I mean, is it silly I want to be proposed to? Yeah, I know. I technically can't really get married, and I know that. Unless I figure out a rule that says I can and still keep my check. I can at least have a ceremony, and even though it's not legalized, it's still a marriage to me. We just have to live with each other long enough. Technically, they have what is known as a common law marriage, and that entails if you live together more than 10 years, 7 years, whatever, you're married by the state. And the best part is it's legal without killing you on the check part. Loophole, right? So all I have to do is live with my boyfriend more than a few years, and boom, I'll be his wife. Though, I feel like it now already. I love my boyfriend. I want things to be great between us and that we move forward. And I can't wait for that. Been eagerly awaiting that. Sorry about the ramble, and I'm sorry I stayed on too long. It was supposed to just be a thank you. But why the hell not? I had a lot on my head. Anyway, thank you again for every sub. You honor me with your kindnesses, your comments. Don't think I don't appreciate every last one of you for it. And, well, it's going to be a bumpy ride no matter what I do. Stay tuned, I guess. Anyway, I have to go. I want to see if the queen's up. If she's not, I'm most likely gonna listen to music. I should be waiting for my boyfriend, but when he sleeps like that, nothing will wake him up. It is what it is, right? Anyway, thank you again for everything. Oh yeah, and I'm currently playing Hogwarts Legacy, which I didn't play for very long, but it's very captivating so far. And my Winds of Athos Harvest Moon. It's a weird game, but I actually like it. Trying to get used to it. The point is, I hope to update you again soon, and if I don't, I'm sorry. I'm busy and I don't usually stick to a schedule. I know you guys don't like that, but it's what I can do. Thank you again for everything. thing. You all mean the world to me, and I hope that everyone is doing well. And if you guys are stressed out, make sure you take a mental vacation for yourself. Like, take the day off. And yes, I know you can't really afford that, but what's more important is your health. You gotta remember one thing. If anything, money is not everything. Yes, it's important, but what's the point in having all of it if you're gonna be unwell to use it? Remember, your health is more important. Do not die for the almighty dollar, because in the end, that's never gonna save you. Well, I'll see you around. Bye, YouTube.